Today we are talking about the struggle bus. Hello and welcome to the Life's a Beach podcast. My name is Caitlyn and I'm on the communications team here in the benefits office. And today I'm joined by Tia, who's on our Be Well team, also in the benefits office. And this is Life's a Beach. We're talking about mental and emotional health. We felt like as an office, it was really important to open up these conversations and to get more people thinking and talking about this, especially amongst staff in Virginia Beach. And today we are talking about the struggle bus.
Yes,
It's
the
real.
struggle bus.
Yeah.
The struggle bus is that feeling when nothing's going right, everything's going wrong, and
Yeah.
you can't seem to get life back on track. And it can be hard to focus or get tasks accomplished. Everyone has been on the struggle bus at one point or another.
Everyone deals with the struggle bus.
Yeah.
And it's actually like real. I feel like it's fun to joke about it, but it is definitely a real thing when it feels like nothing is going right for you. And so we just wanted to talk about how we cope with it and how we can deal with it in the future. So we heard from some of you all, some of our staff, on how they deal with the struggle bus. So let's take a look at those videos now.
Have I heard of the struggle bus? Yes, I have heard of the struggle bus.
Absolutely. I think at any point, all of us have been on the struggle bus. I think I have even driven the struggle bus.
Yes, we often use the term struggle bus in our admin hall.
I have heard of the struggle bus, and the struggle bus is tough to get around.
As people bring it up, when you're on it, it's as if you just can't get off, and that there's constantly something that is weighing on you, and it can be frustrating.
Tell me what a struggle bus is so I can be aware of what's going on with me.
Well, the struggle bus is when you are starting to feel overwhelmed, when everything is, when things are getting a little more stressful than usual, a little bit more draining, and when it's hard for you to focus and try to get things accomplished. And so sometimes when I find myself on the struggle bus, I have to take a pause, take some time for myself in some way, shape, or form, whether it's taking a walk, whether it's calling up a trusted friend and just having a conversation completely on a subject not related to what I'm struggling with.
For me, the struggle bus could be just having a lot going on at one time. Sometimes I get overwhelmed with work because I work a full-time job and a part-time job. So I get overwhelmed with work. I get overwhelmed with life situations. I'm in a sorority, so I have a lot of sorority business to tend to. And sometimes it just becomes so overwhelming, and I'm on the struggle bus. I get behind with deadlines. I just get so behind sometimes, and I just feel like I'm drowning sometimes, and there's no way to come out. So I have to make a list. I have to set deadlines and goals for myself to get things done. Sometimes it just means taking a nap because, like I said, sometimes you're on the struggle bus just for a few minutes, and it could just mean taking a nap, cutting your phone off to get things done, not hanging out with friends, taking some tasks off of your plate, saying no, setting boundaries for yourself so that you can get things done that need to get done, taking a vacation. It just means doing something to reset, do something that's good for you, something that's going to bring you peace, something that's going to make you happy, and something that's going to re-energize you and rejuvenate you. That's what I do to get off of the struggle bus.
Getting off of it usually takes time with friends, loved ones, as well as self-reflection, and getting to a point where you feel as if you're being functional and achieving the tasks that you want to achieve. And then, well, I guess that's how I reset, is that, again, spending time with people, working with very task-oriented lists to just make things seem as if progress is being made, and actually making progress that we could chart.
Noticing or realizing that you're on the struggle bus, asking some people, coworkers or friends, for help, delegating some tasks at work can really help refocus your energy into making your time more efficient. I know when I'm at work, sometimes the administrative tasks can be heavy, and majority of the time I prioritize those tasks, and I get them done in a timely manner by focusing my energy and writing them down and prioritizing.
I take deep breaths, go for a walk, and get some sunlight. I often remind myself of a saying one of my close friends told me: if no one is hurt or bleeding, then you are okay. I think of the overall impact. If you think of the impact, it's probably not as bad as you think.
Get out of your norm, get out of that rut. Go out and find adventure somewhere. You could take a vacation, you could go visit family, just something that refreshes things. Listening to music, watching movies that you like, going to the movie theaters, going out to find different adventures, whether they're outside adventures or maybe going to an arcade or something, but just doing something that gets you out of your normal routine.
Thank you so much for sending in those responses. That was very, very relatable. Tia, how do you feel like you deal with the struggle bus?
Yeah, the struggle bus can be so challenging when you're in it. It is so hard to get off the struggle bus.
Yeah.
I think for me, the best thing I can do is find someone to vent to.
Yeah.
I need to release it and get it all out of my brain and my system, take a few deep breaths, maybe go for a walk.
Oh, yeah.
Anything I can do to get my mind off of what just happened and why didn't it go well. Sometimes I can try to think of what could I do differently, but honestly, sometimes on the struggle bus, there's nothing you can do. It's like life is against you at that point.
Yes. How do you feel like, because I guess when you're in that sort of struggle bus moment, there's just so much stress and you just feel so overwhelmed. So how do you feel like you deal with that in the midst of that? Like if you're super stressed, what's like your go-to thing to do to sort of like deal with that stress?
Yeah, I think for me, honestly, it's deep breaths and prayer.
Oh, yeah.
I try to go to someone who can help outside of the situation. And to me, that is God, because he's in control of everything. And so for me, it's definitely important to try to refocus through prayer or through breathing, taking a step back from this situation if I can, and see what can be done. How can we get back on track?
Yeah.
What about for you? How do you get off the struggle bus?
I was thinking about this earlier. I think, so I've started running I'm training for a half marathon, and I'm not a runner at all, like by any means. And so when I first started training, it was very, very hard. And my friends and I would do like 3 miles, and by a mile and a half, I was like, I just need to like sprint through this to get done and over with, because I don't want to be running anymore. And I feel so tired and I feel so in pain. And I realized when I was running that like me sprinting was not a sustainable pace at all. And so by like mile 2, I was so out of breath and I wanted to stop because I was like going from this light jog to this immediate sprint. And I think in other situations, like if something stressful is happening at work or with my family or group of friends, I think my immediate reaction is just to like sprint through it and just get it done so that I don't have to feel that pain anymore. But I feel like running has taught me to like slow down and to just keep a good pace, because it doesn't, like the pain isn't going to be that all-consuming, even though it can feel like that at times. And so, I mean, I'm not perfect at it by any means, but I think running has given me a good perspective and understanding to slow down so that when I am on the struggle bus, I'm like, okay, like this isn't the end of the world. And like what you were saying, recentering and gaining some perspective, I think.
Right,
is
it's
helpful.
easier to endure.
Yes.
Once you've built your endurance.
Yes,
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, it feels really hard to do at the same time. Yeah. So, yeah, that's today's topic on the struggle bus. I think it's really important to continue to think about this, and for you to think like, how can I recenter myself? And even if you're still on the struggle bus, thinking like, okay, I'm on this, but this isn't everything and this isn't the end of the world. And we also have some resources for you all who may feel like you're on the struggle bus. If you or someone you know is in crisis, you can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK, and speak with a skilled, trained counselor at a crisis center in your area anytime, 24/7.
Virginia Beach City and school employees are encouraged to contact their Employee Assistance Program through Humana for short-term counseling and a wide array of work-life services that can help you balance the many tasks you may have. Call them at 1-800-448-4358 or go to humana.com/EAP.
Sweet. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on today's episode, and we will see you next time.